Hi, this is David. My door's more open, so if I move my head too much, maybe you'll get glimpses of the mysterious otherworld, like that, and wonder what's behind it. Anyways, don't let that distract you from my supposedly important stuff that I'm going to be talking about. Um, Shoot, I had like 8 ideas today in a 5 minute period where it's like, I could talk about this, and I could talk about that, and I could talk about this. Didn't have writing utensils handy, but that would be good because often I sit down and like, I'd like to do a video. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. It's just a blank mystery. Everything looks hard or impossible, or I don't know enough, or combination of all the above. But so when you have insight, you're like, I could talk about this, or I could talk about that. That's what we go for. And that's actually what we're talking about today. My friend who's I think is, I am impressed with his creativity and his output, has two principles that both seem very helpful. One of which relates to what my mom talked about if you watch the writing video. If I remember, I'll put a link in the comments or underneath this. And one of which doesn't. So the bit my mom talked about and that he talks about is the doing your bit daily. Sometimes you'll do great work. Sometimes you'll do crap. You're like, this just sucks. I don't want to and it's not coming good. Or you think it's good and you look at it later and you go, no, that was bad. That's going to happen. And I'm not good at doing the daily stuff, so no judgment here. I'm trying to get better. I am very far from doing regular output on this or on my card games or on pretty much almost anything I work on. But my writing. But I am hoping that as I get better at daily stuff, it'll get easier because it becomes a habit eventually. At least I've heard rumors. Yay, rumors. Especially about good stuff. And I think that, yeah, as you practice, you get more, your mental blocks get more used to, oh, this is something we do rather than, no, how dare we try this new project or try this thing that I think is hard or scary. It gets less scary and it gets less hard. Doesn't mean you won't have hard days or hard times, but overall, it's better. And the other bit that I thought was really interesting was his idea of running with what you got when the muse give it to you. At times, you do have bursts of creativity. That's what we think of. Well, I'll just wait for that creative burst to happen. He's like, no, you output stuff anyways. Good, bad, otherwise, you output stuff. But when you do that, it sort of almost attracts the muses, as he puts it. It makes your brain more inclined or likely to be creative. And then when you are creative, go with it. Get as much as you can. Most of the ideas for my one card game came in an afternoon session about 5 years, 6 years, more than 6 years ago, where I was like, I felt creative and I felt smart and I was like, I can do this. And took a lot of drafting and reworking, and I think I was a little bit too ambitious. I bit off maybe more than I could chew. But one of my card games, most of that idea came pretty complete in one afternoon where I was like, yeah, here's the numbers, let's go for it. And so when the creative thing strikes you, don't waste it because you don't know when it's going to come back. I mean, sometimes you have to. You have family emergency or you're just, yeah, you have other stuff on your plate. But when you have the opportunity, try to do stuff. So I'm hoping to do a couple videos here in a row because I have ideas for videos. And I don't know when the next time I'll have ideas for videos. It's also good if you can't do that to make notes or other stuff that you can remember later. But it's amazing how when you're in the moment, it flows better and you're more likely to get more done rather than just saying, oh, this seems like a good idea, but I don't know how to implement it, or I don't even remember how this was a good idea. Due diligence. Don't just wait for the muses. Don't just wait for creativity to strike. That's the bit I'm struggling with more. I struggle with both, but I struggle with that more is when it hits you, go for it. Go for it long and hard. And when it doesn't hit you, keep being steady. Keep showing up. It makes it more likely that it'll hit you. It means that when it does hit you, you'll be able to take better advantage of it. And sometimes you get products out of stuff that you thought was garbage. You're like, this is trash, but I'm doing it anyways. And 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, there's still some nuggets here I can use. Consistency is valuable even when it doesn't have that spark of creative energy behind it. So get consistent. And then when that spark of creative energy hits, go for that home run. Go for that triple decker. Go all out. At least that's the theory. I am by no means an expert in this stuff. But I thought it was good advice. I listened to it and thought, yeah, both of those work. So my mom's idea about writing daily, I watched that just we did that video just the last week, and I'm not writing daily, but I have written twice this week, which is about 2 times more than I normally write in a week. Wasn't much, but it's a start. And I'm hoping to get to where it is daily or almost every day. I write at least a little bit. And then when it flows, who knows? Maybe I'll get multiple poems or a really good story or something come out at just that right time. Anyways, cheering and encouraging you on. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, take care. I was going to say looking forward to feedback, but let's be honest, I'm just starting this channel out. I don't know if I'm going to have anyone see this or if they will respond. But I'm hoping to keep going, and yeah, Lord willing, maybe one time I'll have hundreds of viewers and several comments. And some of them positive. I know there'll be some negative ones. That's how the internet or YouTube works. But in the meantime, I'm looking forward to the positive ones more, no doubt. I hope you're doing well and have a good day. Bye.